This story happened to me when I was an innocent 13-year-old. It's real, without any fiction or plagiarism. We lived in a secluded summer cottage village. It was mostly crowded in the summer and spring, while for the rest of the year, only the locals stayed to winter there. But that's not the point. My friend and I loved to climb around unfinished cottages, often unguarded, exploring the floors and finding animal corpses in the basements, which had accidentally gotten trapped and couldn't escape. Every day we explored new places, rode our bikes, stole fruit from the cottages, and generally enjoyed the summer and our youth. One day, after another round of exploring new sites, I stayed at my friend's place in the evening. Due to the poor quality asphalt, my bike tire deflated at the worst possible moment. After struggling with repairs until nearly 8 p.m., I finally got on my bike and headed home. Despite it being summer, it was already dark. I turned onto the path leading to my house and noticed a dark silhouette to my right, resembling a crouching man. I thought it was our local watchman, who often walked around at night with his dogs, lived alone, and was a bit of a recluse. I approached to say hello, and then, you know that feeling, like from sleep paralysis? When you're conscious, want to scream but can't control yourself. Something dark slowly rose to its full height, much taller than a human. It slowly approached me. I sat frozen on my bike, my legs wouldn't move, I couldn't even cry. It sat on the luggage rack, and under its weight, the wheel bent and the back sank low. I felt heavy hands on my shoulders, and something burning pressed against my back. Finally, regaining control, I started pedaling, but they moved freely as if the chain had come off. It gripped my shoulders tighter and tighter. Had it been longer, I would have gotten a fracture. Somehow, it disappeared as suddenly as it had appeared. I sped back to my friend's house, as it was closer than mine. Reaching her house, I started banging on the iron gate. Tears streamed down my face. I was choking on them, but I couldn't scream. The yard was dark. The lights were off. My friend's father ran out at the noise and, opening the door, froze in horror. "Where have you been? Your parents are looking for you." I couldn't utter a word. It felt like my tongue was glued to my throat. My face stung from the tears, my eyes hurt, and my back burned. I collapsed to the ground. They brought me inside, gave me something to drink, calmed me down, and called my parents. When they arrived, I was still in shock. My hair was half gray. My mother was panicking. My father was worried. Seeing them, I rushed to them, and only then did I feel the unbearable pain on my back. It turned out there was a deep cut. Blood was oozing, and my shirt was torn on the back. They urgently took me to the clinic. The duty doctor examined the wound, cleaned it, bandaged it, and began filling out the paperwork. The time is... What? How can it be? I left my friend's place around 8 p.m. The way home takes no more than 5 minutes, plus another 10 minutes with that creature. All of it, at most 30 to 35 minutes. I reached my friend's place immediately. My parents also arrived instantly, and we got to the clinic in a maximum of 40 minutes. As they later told me, I left my friend's place and disappeared for the whole night. My parents were worried, contacted my friend's parents, and they said I left around 9 p.m. Search efforts began, panic ensued. My mom said they repeatedly drove by with lights on where I was but didn't find me. It turns out I was missing for a whole night, though for me, it was just an hour. A rational explanation for what happened was never found then, and there still isn't one. As a memory of that night, there's still a long burgundy scar on my back. I'm already a young mother. We live in a similar summer cottage village. My son is growing up, and he's a copy of me. He loves to walk around abandoned places on a bike. After 8 p.m., neither I nor my child go outside. I wouldn't want anyone to encounter that again.